Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. And, folks, I'm not even close to being up right now. I can't even talk. I am halfway awake right now. I got up an hour earlier. An hour later. God, I can't talk. Than I was supposed to. I had the forego exercise. I am fighting off autistic fog brain, just in case you wanted an update. But yesterday on sales did actually go remarkably well, so there's that. Merry stupid o'clock to one and all. As always at Stupid O'Clock, we are going back to the insane asylum, that horrible place of horrors of 2021, the JRC, and Judge Bernstein's train wreck of a report. And before we get started, the usual disclaimers, you are going to find the link to this massive report right there in the description box alongside the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive, the templates, sign your name, click on your senator, let's end adversive treatment and improper restraints in schools. We also have the ever present change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Now, for those who haven't been around in a while, what happened and why are we doing these series of videos every day? On July the 7th of this year, the DC Circuit Court overturned the ban on electric skin shocks at the Judge Rotenberg Center. So until we get these bastards closed down, until we get this horrible practice stopped, I'm going to be doing a video a day. Now, when we are talking about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of, as well as seeing clips from video surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you have young children present, please use your headphones. Also, folks, it is stupid o'clock 4:09 a.m., and I'm even less awake than I normally am. So if I stumble over any words or there's any explicitives coming out of my mouth this morning, my apologies in advance. Also, throughout this video, you're going to hear my cat carry on in the background mowing because the wind's going crazy outside, it's storming, and the neighbors above us are fighting. And my kitty is a bit of a scaredy cat. So please ignore the meows in the background. I've already tried to comfort him. He won't quit. Alright, so back to where we left off yesterday. Current policies and procedures, end of shift reports. The substance of each end of shift report depends on the role of the supervisor completing the report. Dear God, this judge and his obsession with paperwork. Paperwork does not save students, Judge, in case anybody's wondering. In-home house monitors, residential supervisors, roving monitors, DVR monitoring supervisors, and school supervisors overnight and day must all fill out the end of shift reports that are emailed to the JRC administration, clinical staff, and case managers. There are 3 8-hour shifts each day. For the love of God, Judge, what does the end of day report has anything to goddamn do with the incident of August 26, 2007? I hardly think that somebody filling out an end of shift report would have stopped those boys from getting 71 shocks each, okay? My God. Paperwork is important when it comes to mental health and developmental disability treatment, but it would not have stopped this incident. And I have no idea under God why the hell the judge harps on it and thinks it's so damn important in regards to this incident. I really don't get it. Moving on. The end of shift reports for in-house monitors and residential supervisors contains information regarding GED applications, restraints, staff and student infractions, injuries, staffing levels, behaviors requiring treatment, incoming and outgoing phone calls during the shift, any PCs and PIOs distributed, recording sheet checks, when DVR checked in with the residents, and any issues or concerns. Oh, for fuck's sake, Judge. Again, this is this idea that this judge has that it's just as long as everything is documented and as long as there is proper excuses for shocking a student, that it's all okay. No, Judge. No. Those reports protect absolutely fucking no one. No one. As long as these shocks are being used on these students, they're not going to be okay. Getting a skewed professional from inside the JRC who their pockets are being lined by the school and they fill out the paperwork just because it's official does not make it right or okay or makes their human rights respected, okay? Dear God. Additionally, the in-house monitor must report on whether the residential supervisor roved throughout the house during the shift. Roving monitors must complete a similar end-of-shift report. However, they are not required to provide information regarding GEDs or restraints, whether recording sheet checks were done, or information on incoming and outgoing calls. Oh, for the love of fuck. Seriously? You harp on the importance of these reports, but then excuse an entire group of people for having to do them, acknowledge them, or read them. Seriously? Seriously? The report also requires the roving monitor to complete sections about whether the hourly block schedules were posted and followed, what residences the monitor visited, and which of those residences are crisis residences. Oh, for fuck's sake. A. None of this would do anything to prevent events like what happened. B. Way to rub it in our face, Judge, that you approve of people being tortured as long as proper protocol is being followed. Tell me you are an abuse and torture apologist without telling me you're a torture and abuse apologist. This guy. In addition to the information contained within the residential supervisor and in-home monitor end-of-shift report, the school supervisor and overnight school supervisor must detail anything that needs to be brought to the JRC's management attention. Oh, dear God, here we go. Square your shoulders for the stupid, everyone. Any elopement attempts, because, God forbid they try to run away from their torturers. We just don't understand why you would want to run away from a place that tortures you, deprives you of food and sleep. If all behaviors were pinpointed and level rules were followed, information on crisis staffing and roving monitors, information on number of DVR motors and monitoring notifications made as a result of GED applications, and any issues that arose during the shift. God, you're a sick bastard. Gotta make sure those behaviors were pinpointed, because God forbid they stand up without permission or get up in the middle of the night to take a piss. Moving on. The DVR monitoring supervisor's end-of-shift report contains everything contained in the school supervisor report, as well as residential departure checks from the morning transport JRC, whether break rules for monitoring staff were followed for overnight shifts. What the fuck does that matter? What does the staff having a break matter? How is that supposed to prevent an incident like this from occurring, Judge? My God, do you think? Is there a logical brain cell anywhere in your head? And specific information regarding all students on the watch list who are required constant viewing to ensure specific behaviors and interaction do not occur. Oh, we gotta have them on a watch list, you see, because they defied us. They questioned us. How dare you? We're going to put you on a watch list, and we're going to shock you for, waving your hand in front of your face. Don't believe me? I also have Jennifer Masemba's behavioral sheet in the description box. You click on that, you're going to see all the horrible, horrible things people have done in order to deserve shocks. It's insane. Inconsistencies were noted within some of the reports. Dear God, Judge, who the hell cares? Why is that relevant to that situation? It's not. This is the point. This is the point. This is you. Generally, some staff chose to expand on comments and make use of the sections of the reports that allowed staff to provide more details and narrative, while other staff keep their reports brief. There were also specific inconsistencies found among the roving monitor end-of-shift reports. Dear God, you the point. In one instance, 2 roving monitors visited the same residence within 1 day of each other. While one monitor noted no issues of any of the residences the very next day, another monitor noted issues with an individual student programs that treatment teams should address, security issues, a lack of activities to occupy clients, and GED device issues. Oh, God forbid those kids have 2 fucking minutes to themselves. You gotta make sure those kids are constantly active. Mother of God, what is this mentality that if you are disabled, that you have to prove your worth to these people? And I'm not just talking to JRC here. Every goddamn day. Everything you do must be productive. But if it's our non-disabled peers, on the other hand, well, they're just allowed to be fucking kids and young adults. Us, not so much. Why do we live in a world where people with disabilities have to prove that they are worthy every minute of every second of every goddamn day? Just saying. So, we're going to go ahead and close out here, but some thoughts real quick on what we just read this morning. It becomes more and more obvious to me as I go throughout this report that this judge does not give a damn that these kids' human rights are being violated every second, every minute of every goddamn day. Nor does this judge care about what actually happened on August the 26th, 2007. What grinds the judge's gears and also the JRC gears is one, it was because it was not them who approved the shocks, power tripping and all. And number 2, they got caught. And this also ended in the banning of the CEO, Matthew Israel, from the premises for trying to destroy evidence. And number 3, in this judge's opinion, as long as the reports are filled out properly and everybody's getting their proper breaks, then everything is hunky-dory. In spite of the fact that those kids are being tortured day in and day out. As long as a court judge has signed off on it, then everything is fine, no matter how horrifying the so-called treatment plan is. This judge and this school thinks we're animals that must be controlled at all times. And as long as they can get a professional whose pockets are being lined by the school, I might add, to sign off and everybody does their proper reports and everybody gets their breaks, then they don't care what happens to us in that school. And this is the level of insanity. This is the level of monstrosity. This is the horrifying truth that we advocates and our allies have been fighting for it's going to be 14 years now. Some of us have been fighting even longer than that. And on those dark notes, I'm going to go ahead and close out for this morning. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So folks, please don't forget to hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. Feed that algorithm. I do appreciate your time this morning. Pray for me that I get my numbers up at my job. My God, I need the cells to be with me. And I do hope everybody here has a good one. Bye-bye.